All right, streams live, homies.
Oh, okay.
I got a Radman, and then I got to make a map.
Hit them as the prophecy.
Hell yeah.
Meow. No, that should be a keyword.
I think it would summon Dawn back to the server.
Aborted Mongol fiction.
Should we go for a short opening mission? Short opening map? Oh, what's up, Bethrelafall?
Oh, hi.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Help me, please, where? Ravening climax shooter?
Rimtech is just here to observe and also to find...
I'm testing out the,
Yeah. He's testing out Deputy Dad.
Yeah, man. I'm the unpaid intern.
So, you guys feel like... Baleathal, are you hopping in for this game, or are you...
Yeah, I may in just a second. I'm just responding to the guy in first-person jumper right now.
Sure. So in that case, we will have 4 people.
This current state.
Well, I'm gonna respond to the reason everyone says fuck the market and fuck consumers is because the market is obsessed with gacha games, loot boxes, and walking simulators. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, we actually talk about walking simulators in the latest episode of the Street Dog podcast.
Wow, great.
Man.
It's mostly talking about games that are overly focused on story. Oh, fuck! No! Get away from me! No!
What?
You'll see when you join the lobby.
Oh no. Alright, give me just a second. I really gotta use the bathroom.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're lucky we're on the same team.
Yeah, well, about that.
I mean, I guess I am lucky because I would just get air rushed every game.
Well, if you're gonna be Iquare and spam Macantors, then yeah. What is the natural response to such a faceless void devourer?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we were talking about games that were that are overly focused on story, and we didn't get, because it took us a decent amount of time just to talk about some of the earlier stuff. We'll probably come back to it as a part of a later episode. But the goal is to try to figure out why people even, like, because it's both of our blind spots. In both of our blind spots are the people who enjoy games like Half-Life. My cynical take that I can't be convinced of yet, but I feel is correct based on my personal experience so far, is that people just haven't played anything worthwhile, and so they just don't have the context for like what a better experience would be. It's kind of like the RTS players who are like, I just avoid campaigns entirely because they're all gimmicks, and so like they have that. Again, it's not their fault necessarily because there doesn't exist a product that serves to argue the contrary.
Especially in like most genres, there just isn't anything like that.
Right. So
like, there's only a few genres that actually like realized like, hey, we should focus on gameplay.
Right. Yeah, and then I mean even some of the games that like, so I've been playing this this roguelike type game. I feel like both of those genres are a bit fucking useless as descriptors now because everybody uses them. It's an indie game, top-down sort of, well, slightly isometric angle shooter, where it's almost like a shoot 'em up. It has elements of that shoot 'em up and bullet hell environment, but it has, I guess it's probably the best corollary to it would probably be Binding of Isaac. The enemies are a little bit more aggressive from what I've seen,
Well, that's
but
good.
it's called Synthetic. It has a K at the end instead of a C. And
Oh yeah, I saw you were playing that yesterday.
I've been playing it a pretty decent amount because one of the things that like it's crazy how much this makes a difference. But the other games I've been playing when I'm just burning.
By the way,
time-
where is there anywhere I need to go to download?
Oh,
the
special
current version
best,
of
yeah.
Cosmic Arc?
Yeah, we're doing a pre-release test before the patch goes up later today.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot to say that because I said it to everybody else here, but you obviously joined later. Yeah, so this game, Synthetik, has a lot of RNG, which I'm really not a fan of. And it doesn't really seem like you can even control it that much. Like, in Risk of Rain 2, I was able to control the RNG of the items that dropped by making it, like, activating some sort of out-of-game
there was an
artifact
option,
that changed a
yeah,
rule, basically. It was like a
right.
game rule. In this, you can influence like the drop chance of certain items by upvoting or downvoting them, which I think is really funny. But you have a limited number of upvotes and downvotes because they almost treat it like it's almost like spending currency or something. Yeah, it's like almost like a resource in there. Where you, I think you have 4 upvotes, 4 downvotes, and 4 supply packs that increase the power of an item if it's dropped. And not every item can even be upvoted or downvoted, so it's actually kind of weird that like the way that it works seems very arbitrary.
So that's weird.
I hate when you have to like invest into a chance of something. That
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
have to-
exactly. I find that really, really bad. And obviously, the other thing is that like there would already be RNG in the game because when you get like an upgrade for something, say an upgrade for your weapon or an upgrade for your like, there's like core module upgrades that you can do because you're an android, so you get to like upgrade your body to do different things. It's kind of interesting conceptually, but like every other game that I play, it's like, this is really cool. If only it was actually good, you know what I mean? Like fuck,
Only
man, you guys are so close to
developers
having
knew what
like
they
a
were doing,
satisfying
yeah.
gameplay loop, but you fuck it up with RNG to the point where when you get an upgrade, it randomly looks through all of the upgrades that are possible and then hands you a couple. And even amongst those options, you might just get fucked and be like, oh, I've got terrible options here that don't fit with my class. I don't know if they have any adaptation where it's like, oh, the player's playing as this class, therefore I will only like limit my scope to that. I'll at least have this kind or something. I don't even think it does that, but maybe it does that. Even so, it's like a band-aid.
The solution that I like the most is just giving you more options instead of being like, because like a lot of those games, they're just like, here's the thing that you get, and it's like, okay, but like, what if?
I mean, I think opportunity cost is a fine thing, but I mean, it's a great thing actually. It allows for a lot of like expression of like strategy or something. But if you add randomization to it, it's never gonna be good. I don't think.
Well, I think having a set of random options to pick from isn't so bad as long as there's enough of them, where the player doesn't feel like they're being forced into taking a bad option.
Yeah. I actually think I would go a step further and say when you I think at the onset you find like basically you could very easily randomize between things. And I think as long as the options themselves are designed to always be useful for various playstyles, instead of it being like, it's literally the case that objectively these different things are useless for your class. It's not like, oh, this is if I want to adopt a different playstyle for this run, because obviously everything gets reset between runs like other roguelikes.
All right, sorry.
No problem. When you do something like that, it's like, oh yeah, cool. I have the ability to jump straight in and pick something else. I can change my playstyle, and because I've got this option. But sometimes it's like this increases your shields, but you're playing as a class that like you've specifically customized your loadout to not have shields, so that you can get some other benefit or something. And that's kind of rare, I guess. But that's like one example that comes to mind is you'll get like an option that's like increase shields by 100 or shield regeneration, and it's like, well, those are 2 out of my 3 options, and odds are the third one's not going to be massively epic. So
the thing is, roguelikes are like known for having a lot of RNG. The input RNG can kind of define it. I think RNG is usually a system that's meant to replace mechanics instead of like improve them. But I guess for a roguelike, it could make sense to have something like that.
Yeah, I think so describing input RNG as something where you have this opportunity to specifically, you're basically saying like before the player starts to play the game, the rules are randomized to some degree. I think that can really benefit replayability, but obviously you have to make sure that when you're randomizing it, you're not like theoretically randomizing it is actually improving the number of choices you have as a player, because it's like changing, it's increasing. Okay, phrasing it a different way. having randomized stuff like that, it's the same way as like randomizing the AI build orders. If you've got AI on your team in Cosmonarchy, then and they roll a build order that's like air focused, well, you're not going to be able to do certain strategies are going to be more or less preferable in conjunction with that air playstyle. So that is input RNG in that sense. But the point is you can play around it, and it's kind of consistent in that sense. And it's not like you're ideally, unless the AI is dumb in some build that I have to fix, in which case it's a bug and not an intention of the feature.
And also, if you would play against a real player, you would actually have the same interaction.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they do.
Right, yeah. So you would want to know what their playstyle was or what they were doing, their tech path, their progression. So in that sense, it's like I could see an argument for input RNG, but you have to make sure that every one of the possible random options is useful or potential. Like, it doesn't constrain choices. Instead, it just defines available choices, and the number of available choices based on that are, still are reasonable for the average player, or for most players, I would say, not even just the average. So, like, one area that this is not really related to gameplay, but it's a funny example. We have this color randomizer now that Veek put together. And the color randomizer obeys very similar rules to what I actually think input RNG system randomizers would look like. Because it literally does say, if this, then prohibit that. Because we don't want colors that are unreadable next to each other or that like look too similar. So if you've already picked this color, don't pick another color from that tint. And, maybe there's going to be cases where we haven't yet figured out every single case, and there will be some issues, I'm sure.
There will sometimes be, some colors.
Yeah, and we're still working out the kinks. It's a brand new system, et cetera, et cetera. Right. But the point is, like, I would actually do the same thing. Like, if I've already got something that benefits shield-focused playstyles, then, okay, maybe before we roll another shield-focused playstyle, something that also benefits shields, again, let's skip that at least once or something, or let's skip that until we have like 6 other playstyles rolled for the level or something. So that's just my.
And then there's a thing about like allowing the player to like look into a one playstyle if he would want like for some stuff, and then he would be able to like aim for an item he has in mind without like being unfairly like RNG. Then you possibly could also do RNG, which is like accounts for what you already rolled, so you wouldn't like roll as the same item twice if you discarded it very recently or something.
Well, I think Hades actually has some rules about like when things can appear. Specifically that so there are like I think it's like 8 or 9 gods or something, or maybe 10. But getting upgrades from the same god synergize with each other, so the game actually will only give you up to 3 boons from up to 3 different gods
in one run,
or maybe it's 4, in one run. So basically, once you take a boon from a god, you're essentially saying, "Oh, I want that to be one of my 3 or 4 gods that I get upgrades from," in order to prevent it from becoming like absurd, where you have like 1 boon from every god and none of them fit together.
And on that note, are we ready to fit together as 3 Protoss and a random to battle against AI?
I hope so.
All right.
All right, I'll leave you guys then to it.
All right, see you later, Remy.
Yeah, see you later.
See ya. Good luck. Have fun.
We'll need it.
Remember, guys, I don't understand why you're saying fuck the market. It's like, have you paid attention to the market? I don't know.
I do a random check to see if I understand the market or not.
Yeah, I feel like there's no market like, for serious players and stuff.
Yeah. Alright, boys, I'm Zerg here, which means even though I think I'm terrible at this race, I'm probably okay. Although I am out of practice. I think those pings that you have are because you've changed them to be much faster now. Yeah. It doesn't really fit the same way.
If the last phase would be longer.
Yeah, because so we changed pings to be faster now, but then they don't last as long afterwards. So we're still working on that. But at least it doesn't take 8 years to actually descend onto.
Yeah, I could make it very I could make it longer very easily, but then the animation wouldn't like look very well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. The problem is the beginning of the animation just obscures the fucking minimap. It shouldn't start out as far away as it does.
Yeah,
that's the real issue.
The draw function instead.
Yep, that's fine. We'll get it eventually. So the AI have received some pretty heavy updates. The kiting is generally improved. What?
Where do
Get them from robotics authorities. Dude, you call yourself Ike-Ware? You don't even know where your own unit is?
Yeah, I'm slowly becoming.
Ah,
I started coding in Rust.
that is true. I'm sorry for your loss.
I don't even think Ike-Ware enjoys coding in Rust.
No.
Yeah, I know. I'm not enjoying it either. Especially that I'm also witnessing Ike-Ware's code, which isn't very pretty. So I guess I'm just becoming one with him.
You're writing the new Ike-Ware code. The new and improved version 2.0.
Yeah, maybe it's... Yeah, it's probably not gonna be very readable from Ike-Ware.
One day the 7 is gonna fall off your name. You're just gonna be V-Quare.
Yeah.
There it is. Alright, boys. My expansion is up. I'm epic. I'm supply blocked, so never mind. I'm not up.
Should have built more.
Security takes a while to work in, dude.
Is this like a modified Mothership?
Yeah, he updated it a while back. I'd say a while back, but obviously. That's just because this patch took 8 fucking years to finish. It was done a long time ago, actually.
Yeah, this version of Mothership is not viable. I would probably want to iterate more, but... We'll see.
Ah! No, I need that off the left! You fuck! Quick, order up as many drillets as possible.
Hey man, now you're playing like an AI.
I aspire to be as good as the AI.
Get attacked by one Marine, or Maverick, and then you just build 50 fucking drillets.
Hey, I'll win. It will work.
And not only do you build them in that base, you build them in every expansion, too.
I have to secure my mining by building so many workers that they could never hope to destroy them all unless they have gladius.
Oh, that's a nice bug. The fucking tooltip for cohorts is broken.
Now, if only we could pick our color in the lobby.
Oh no.
Something.
Yeah, I'm so ugly. Probably. Oh, that's emerald. I thought it is. It's Harlequin or something. Yeah. It's pretty nice that I actually get to learn some colors now.
Hey, why have you died? You can't die.
I am maroon.
I'm getting gangbanged.
Same. Maybe I can distract them.
I was hoping they would follow my fucking units. Oh, there goes my fucking early game lead.
I think I'm helping. A single Drakadin kites thee! Oh, never mind, he kited inside you for some reason. Alright, looks like you got that under control.
Thank you.
Oh, I thought you were fucking... I don't know who anybody is because fucking... You're all protons. I thought... Kian, I thought you were Veek this whole time. I was like, Veek, what? You're awfully calm for somebody who's getting their fucking expansion destroyed.
Nah, Veek is Veekware. He's got all the
Yeah, I just destroyed each of 2 players.
It's pretty embarrassing.
There goes another one.
That's what you think. They're kiting you, you piece of shit. I don't know. Yeah, it seems like there's not really any way for the AI to prepare for that, unfortunately.
Oh, they still rushed me. Fuck.
Say what?
They still rushed me.
You can't say rush.
Yeah, it's not really a rush at this point.
Yeah. Oh fuck! I lost my.
I mean, you could literally rush Star Sovereigns at this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm an encounter player, so I'm really slow. For me, it's a rush.
Yeah. Oh, my units only just got across the map.
I like that one.
You guys like, but it's been 10 minutes. Well, I didn't have any envoys, man. Like.
Yeah, why would I go before?
They have a forward. Oh, what is starting? It's a different game. Oh no.
3 of my fucking scribes just started going off towards the corner of the map after trying to path to a mineral field.
Veek, how could you break it again?
I don't know.
SMA.
Don't ask me.
Alright, I'm attacking this red guy. Shit, he's got a little fucking phalanx over here.
Fuck!
Jesus. I got fucking pincered. Be nice if I spent my money, I guess.
I guess I have to go to architects to defend for my...
Architects, actually.
Yeah, whatever I could use.
If they have the Iquare portrait, they're fine.
Oh, didn't the Simulacra have Iquare?
I think so.
Oh, and oh, where's the unit? Varian? Where are they?
Noob.
This robotics?
Noob.
They aren't in Forge. No.
Oh, they got.
If they aren't in Forge, then it's because the new requirements CPP doesn't have them. Noob.
Read.
It's because we haven't been able to test.
Busy smashing stability. Seems like the shared units aren't being rallied for some reason.
Yeah, there's structures. I don't know. It's probably some other ID check.
Oh yeah, it could be, I guess. But it was happening to cohorts, and they were pretty normal. So.
I'm losing my envoys. Yeah, hallucinated the counters. It's probably really good.
Making my way to you, Kian Man.
Rot of man! What is your aim? Together at last!
Hello, units?
Hi.
Quit fucking spinning and go somewhere.
Alright, time to access final tier.
Could I build on feelings?
Probably.
What is your aim?
Okay, that's enough.
Hi guys, I'm Mike.
I'm not.
Seems like our colors are a bit similar. Bedazzled blue and midnight green. Oh man. Got very excited.
Oh fuck, simulacres only take 1 transport speed.
Yeah. That's great.
They are tiny men.
They are.
I think they used to take up 2, but obviously when I made them tiny men, it didn't make any sense.
But what if I out of vitality them and then put them into transport? Oh, I guess that won't. Sure. Yeah, that didn't work. Hidden units don't have.
Ah, my Tarrasque! Ugh. Fuck you! Oh man, my own Cascathalor is owning me. Fuck him up! Oh, where did the... Oh, I think I lost it. I like how I have more hallucinated Tarrasques than standard ones. But I guess we win. We owned these guys.
Our forces are under attack. We require more Vespene gas. We require more Vespene gas. We require more forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Yeah, they've managed to push my army back somehow. Aurora kiting me when I only have a unit that can attack down, actually. Ah, thanks for the free cohort. It's a half a cohort, but it's some.
Search and search has been made. One and another. Every shape alive. Conceivable.
Ah.
One and another.
Ooh, you can't skin.
Conceivable. Another breath. Rot of man!
Oh. Oops, patrol again.
What happened?
My units are patrolling across the map because I'm a dummy.
Withhold the mirror. Confronting.
Did you actually decide to stick to 350?
Yeah. And then I keep forgetting about it.
Yeah, it's just something that takes time. Hey!
Yeah.
Hey, dude! Units are popping out of an invisible Nidus canal in my fucking base!
Hey, damage rushes are actually super accessible now. I think.
One and another. Unmade.
Be a moment.
On the billions.
Oh, that's a bullshit. Don't do it, dude. Kind of witness. Oh, I have an outlet.
Yeah, you gotta fix this fucking Nidus thing. They're literally invisibly teleporting into my fucking base.
We aren't even in CCMU, I don't think.
No, it's just fucked. Clearly, Icor's code is broken.
Yeah, all it does is like calling an order to build Nidus. It also queues a Nidus canal, which is probably the source of the problem.
Yeah, why would it ever do that?
I don't know. I wish I knew.
Just disable that code. That's the fucking that is the bug.
Yeah, I did it. But you didn't compile it for whatever reason?
No.
Oh, I didn't push it, but you told me to not do it. So.
I think you were
Yeah,
talking
it's happening in
about
my base now too.
Get owned.
Just
Sudden backdoor!
Fucking nitrous. God damn it. Well, fuck me, I guess. They're popping up directly on top of my production, killing everything.
Nah, you're fine. Hey, you want to take some of these units, dude? I'm glad I keep reviving your fucking demiurge.
Great.
Oh. So, it looked like it was connected to my gateway, and when the Nidus Canal was destroyed, it destroyed my gateway.
Yeah. Wow.
Pretty good.
So it just links to a random existing building.
Well, it doesn't even have to be a building. I can't even. Oh, there's a permanently cloaked fucking Archon again.
Oh yeah, I was playing by myself, and I built a bunch of simulacrums, right? And then the enemy had like a permanently cloaked Gladius.
Perfect. So you were just enjoying the.
And so yeah, no, I just fucking got destroyed.
Oh, I thought you meant you're gonna say like the end of the story was gonna be so he just kept splitting me and splitting me.
Oh yeah, he did do that, but then eventually all of them died at once.
Ah, shit.
Because, you know, they split with less health. So yeah, just one Gladius can like annihilate infinite fucking simulacrums.
I'm just gonna go ahead and kill that because I don't think we need it. Hopefully you can help a homie out here. Ah, fuck! I lost one of my anti-cathons. I only have one left. Dire Straits. I'm trying to revive the units that you're controlling, but it's harder than it looks. 3 HP! Oh, he's dead. I think your Demiurge died too, so they just got all their units back.
Yeah, I wanted to use the active, but it didn't. I obviously didn't have enough time for it to work.
Yeah, if it, he ran out of energy too late, basically.
Do you see it?
I should probably spend money.
I have more Anticathons coming to the front line, so they'll be there in about 10 years. I guess I should actually build a fucking Nidus.
Yeah, maybe a shuttle. Oh,
I've got 4 of them, so take your time.
Maybe you should also do the transport treatment for Anticathons.
I don't even know if they can fit in transport.
Yeah.
They are pretty big. They're supposed to be low flight units, I just haven't changed that yet because I forgot.
Are low flight units not transportable?
I think technically they are, it's just it's not really much of a reason. Usually, because they're usually faster than transport.
Really?
Is there creep somewhere? Oh, perfect. I am placing a Nidus canal. If anybody wants to use it, it's in my 3rd over here. So I guess we can do a test after this with the Nidus stuff fixed, question mark? See if
Yeah, hopefully. Since you made the Nidus canal, I will just come back and Thursday.
Yeah, just rally them in, dude. You're gonna need to re-rally the Demiurges, because... Oh, or it just doesn't work for you because haha.
Oh, yeah.
And another. Let us blaze
There we go.
Now it works.
A price.
I don't know, maybe you couldn't get close enough or something.
Yeah.
So you're anti-cathoning them. This actually took a lot longer to win after all said and done. I thought for sure we would have just won easily, but they held on for a while.
Yeah, I just like annihilated all their walkers and they stayed.
Yeah, I think if you hadn't done that, we might have even lost, considering the...
Yeah. Certainly.
Or at least it would have been a lot more competitive, theoretically. Just the same reason why Necron likes the new Overmind, I guess.
What?
I don't know. Oh, you can't have that many Anthelians.
What are you talking about, man?
Oh fuck!
They're spinning. That base is no longer there properly. Although I do like that they don't really do that much damage, obviously. So.
Yeah.
I also reduced the range to 8. You're using the range check for the behavior, right? Like that.
Yeah.
Outer,
Sure.
the outer splash radius or whatever.
Yeah, I'm using the splash radiuses. Right.
So he's just been locking down that base. Oh, he's got a bunch in the other base too. I see you're. So you're enjoying the new unit then.
Yeah,
Much better.
It's a great.
Much better to use it than have it used on you.
Wait, why do I have this
yeah.
automaton register? Oh, I have an input. Oh, I'll build some auroras. Oh, cool. I have this too.
So how do you feel about the rework of the Mothership?
Seems fine. I guess
hold on.
Price is paid.
it's really early days, so
I took care of Strutolef and now it's going for my counter.
Did somebody take control of these structures over here?
yeah, it's me.
Oh, okay.
I empressed them. What did you say, V?
So here's an Strutolef I accidentally clicked.
Othstalath. This is Maya Cantor now. Bye.
Great. Just infested it.
Actually, you should just see how many you can load up here.
Okay. Where is it?
I can. It's right here. Wait, what? Why have you done? Did you just use a whole control group or something?
Yeah, I just clicked every. Oh, fuck.
I'll continue playing. I'm curious about this one. Okay, I got 4. Is that it? Imagine.
The fuck? What? What?
Yeah, I guess there's only. I can only carry 4. Eh. Bye.
Did you just destroy them?
No, I went into a cocoon.
Yeah, I know, but this destroyed him.
I guess we'll find out.
Just get like transcended into like some other unit.
Yeah, they get mutated.
Yeah. Fested the counter.
Hold on. Oh, I
Now
think I
it's
had
4.
one. Wait, hold on. Stop doing that. I'm trying to...
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still there. That's pretty good.
I think you could. Yeah, it's still 4.
Yeah, the sizes. I don't think I actually modified the size for this one. All right. Well, that was goofy. Let's try to run through the A's fix. I'll
Yeah,
if you want to.
push.
You said you pushed it or you haven't pushed it yet.
Yeah, I will. Command the old queue. I haven't even run a game with that though, so that's like very recent change. It might like just completely break it.
And we'll have to play without Zerg.
No, we can try it and see what happens. If we play.
And then we have to reboot the game? Or has that been fixed?
Well, we obviously have to reboot the game because I'm making a new.
Oh,
I'm pushing a new plugin. So apparently, UD Commander said, bringing you some hot epic StarCraft remastered memes. If you're playing a multiplayer game of any type, at least 2 players are needed, and you go into windowed mode and you move your game around the screen for about 10 seconds or so, apparently you get dropped. It auto-types GG for you and says that you left the game, but the game ends in a draw.
Yeah. Yeah, the knife comment is even better.
Anti-troll penalty threshold exceeded. Yeah, well. And here we thought only 1.16.1 had desync issues. Jesus.
Yeah, they couldn't get enough, and they just hard-coded additional groups.
I really wonder if iQuare thought that you needed to queue the Nidus in order to build it? Or he knows something we don't, or knew something we don't when he was
writing. He also made
it.
the units that were entering units use hold position. And ask me why.
I think maybe he just didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, the function names were totally something different. So
yeah, maybe he thought they did something else. I don't know. I'm just waiting on the build to compile because, of course, it's Rust, so it takes 8 years.
Yeah, I have no idea why Rust is so slow. This makes no sense.
Theoretically fix. Well, I don't know. Let's just say push new Nidus logic. So I'm pushing an update to A's. I'm also going to fix some string issues with.
Wait, so that's supposed to be an anti-troll fucking.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, I don't get what it does and why it does it, but it's dumb.
So the A's plugin update is on Special Bus. I'm going to also update the EXE in a moment.
You know what it is? It's probably performance issues that are actually causing them to get dropped because the game is thinking that they're scrolling the screen faster than they should be able to.
Pretty amazing.
Even though it doesn't even really matter if you can scroll the screen faster because you can just click on the fucking minimap to instantly move the screen anywhere. So that's not even like a useful like fucking cheat or something. Like
I'd imagine when your game is so good that people have to figure out ways not to play it.
All right, looks
like
we
go
have
to
the wrong
20-year-old versions of the game in order to fucking play.
That's another thing. 48.
That's not right.
What happened?
I just tried to launch the game. It didn't prompt me for windowed mode.
It does. There's an option in that automatically prompts you, or that basically there's an option where you can tell it your preference and it just won't ask you anymore in GPTP config.
I'm also just a retard. When I extracted my plugins folder, I didn't realize I extracted the main folder and not the actual plugin folder.
Ah.
Oh, so you have plugins folder inside a plugins folder?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it.
The classic. All right, I think I fixed those issues.
Oh, okay, you're still working on it.
Yeah, I'm patching up the EXE now. I'll send it up in a moment.
Oh, okay.
Well, there you go. Fraud 1.0 AI, even though they cheated with fucking whack Nidus.
Oh, yeah, it just like spawned a bunch of units inside our bases.
Yeah, that's like when Kian is just talking about, like, I spawned 24 phobos and they still didn't die. That's what the AI was doing.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, man, I just like linked all my production straight to their base and they didn't die.
Even when they killed me, they killed their own production and they still didn't die.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, the AI are notoriously sturdy. I think a decent part of that is probably... yeah, we did have an AI. We had the fucking iQuare AI. You're right, Rimtech.
Hi.
Highquare. I think a part of the reason why they are so like sturdy is the resource cheap, but at least like one of the things that I remember being like I was a little bit more despondent about the whole the fact that the AI were cheating retards, as Fagudo so eloquently put it some time ago. I was a little bit more despondent about this like way back, like maybe a year ago or so. But then when Mesk was explaining how like with it when you're operating within certain parameters, he wasn't arguing to not aim for anything higher, but he was saying that if you only have certain tools to work with and you have to make the AI cheat to be a compelling experience, at least you're creating a compelling experience. Even though obviously, yes, it would be objectively better if they didn't cheat and they just beat you fair and square.
Right, but you're not making the game from the ground up, so...
Yeah. So when that does happen, it'll be a lot easier to just make the AI competent.
Oh god, the AI is gonna
I would
fucking be
want to
impossible
rewrite
beat.
the... Oh fuck, I just pushed something.
What?
So I wanted to say that I just cannot wait to just rewrite like everything about the AI.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Or
well,
write
I
it in
think,
the first
like,
place.
The big pain points right now are I think, base layout, because the AI can just fucking block in its units.
Yeah, every time you fix
Really
like the
fucking
biggest
retarded.
pain point, you have another biggest pain point. So I don't think it's like as worthwhile to.
Yeah. He's just commenting on the things that are currently holding the AI back.
Well, that's not the only thing that I was going to mention.
I don't
but
know.
I think that's one of the big things.
Yeah, I feel like it just takes a lot of time to like do it.
Because I think currently that becomes a huge issue because the AI just stops attacking at some point because it blocks itself.
Yeah, because it's blocking itself. But yeah, I feel like it's really dumb that like some companies just say like they have too much spaghetti to even like ship updates or whatever. But then we are working in Brood War.
That's just an excuse.
And it's like much harder. And
yeah, we're literally having to do memory hacking to get anything done.
Yeah, and we're still delivering quite a lot, I think.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it's not to lick our own cogs, but this is pretty much the best RTS experience. Like, that's pretty fucking whack. I mean, it's sad in one way because there's a whole industry of paid professionals, but it's also
they don't know what
nice that we've managed to accomplish that. Yeah. Yeah, the cheating AI with resources is just like they have an income multiplier. So killing their workers still obviously cripples them, like you saw in the previous game that we just played. But the point of the modifier there is because they make their units cost much less than a player will, with even just a little bit of micro. It's a little bit less noticeable now because of the kiting that Veek's done, but they don't know when to like fall back and regroup and cancel an attack and like defend. Like do anything proactive or whatever. So
yeah, they don't actually
they
manage
have like
military in any way.
Yeah,
they just kind of throw it at the enemy.
While they have no like effective algorithms, they are still not smart about like they don't have intelligence.
Yeah. I mean they'll and even those algorithms or whatever that like the stuff that you put together for kiting obviously can still continue to be improved. In fact, you might, since obviously you were busy doing your own thing that game, Veek, you might want to watch back some of the stuff from my POV and maybe see if you spot any errors that you might be able to fix or something. But,
after the front.
But yeah, after the stream or whatever.
You had air units trying to kite like Exemplar or something.
I had a Gazithalor and the air units there was like a Aurora or something that was like spinning around me. When obviously I couldn't even retaliate. But the other thing that I noticed was that there was a Drakadin kiting, I think it might have been your Balathal's Zealots, and it was kiting them for a while and killed, I think, one or two. I know at least one. But after that, it was... it started like kiting into them and just died. I was like, what the fuck? This is a little weird.
Oh. Yeah, well, I think when there's enough Zealots... I think you might get confused because it might
have also been fighting the default AI too, because that's the other thing is that everything Veek does is not. It's not like it's overriding. Well, it is overriding in the sense that it's competing, but it's like sending mixed signals where the AI is like, "Hey, get over here and join the attack force." But I'm in the middle of a battle right now. I don't give a fuck. Get over here, and then it dies. So, in fact, that might be a nice little bit of like indecisiveness. It doesn't make any sense. It's really goofy, but if you think about it like that. It's just some dude listening to his commander.
Yeah, the Drakadin's just like, what do you mean? You want me to be in two places at once?
Yeah. Oh, I know exactly what we need for this. A Nidus canal in the middle of their base.
That's right.
Yeah, just link it to a fucking
A gateway, a larva, whatever.
larva.
I think that's what happened. I don't know what it was linked to. It stopped after I morphed the unit, so.
Yeah, hopefully this is fixed now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got a
'cause it was
game
funny,
up, by
'cause
the
my-
way. I don't know if you guys have got the
My
new
gateway
stuff from Swift.
detonated, and I was like, huh, my gateway didn't take that much damage. And then I was like,
Yeah, then
oh,
you
that's
realize.
not what happened.
Yeah, Nidus. Linking.
Yeah, I'm really actually excited that like neutral Niduses work now because like it's really for me it's really compelling to see the AI use them.
Yeah, you know what's really insane is that it's like when I was playing your Mapcraft and I saw like the Terrans just walk out of neutral Niduses with like a giant fucking conga line of units, I was like, oh shit, like the AI is actually doing stuff and using the map. Whereas I think the reason why, for me anyway, I don't know about why it's compelling for you, but for me it's compelling to see the AI do stuff that is 100% like was never supported, and it's like you're bringing a new feature that previously you could implement, but you would be implementing it with knowledge that the AI wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Now we don't have that problem, which is really nice. So it's the same thing as like, I mean, I haven't seen Protoss AI build Anthelians yet, but I imagine they're probably not going to be very smart about the way that they use Anthelians. However, I still implemented the unit because it's like a cool concept. I wanted to see what it would look like. Now, I don't know what all's going to happen with that. I don't know if the AI are actually going to be like pretty good at using them. I don't know. It's probably situational, but that's a case where it's unfortunate that I was feeling like, oh, I'm going to implement this and then the AI is going to be shitty with it. But at the same time, like, at least there's the concept there. In this case, though, it's the best of both worlds. Where the AI does use it to a reasonable degree of skill or whatever, like they use it pretty well, and it's a feature that we've like maybe we didn't know we wanted, but we wanted. You know what I mean? So pretty nice.
Yeah, it was pretty funny where I just like, oh, it would be nice to have an neutral structure like this, and then it just worked.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Definitely awesome, actually.
Yeah.
But I think for some other maps, being able to use beacons would be cool, but I don't think you have the IDs for that.
Yeah. Yeah, while we were doing Deliverance a while ago, we had a concept for a Terran unit that would be basically a Nidus canal, but only for air units. It would be like a Stargazer of some kind or something.
Oh, interesting.
We weren't able to implement it because of the unit limit, I think, or something.
I like how randomly the game started caring about the plugins folder being in two places.
Yeah, that's funny.
That was an insane.
Anyways, I feel like Nidus canals don't look too odd as natural structures. So maybe if we would be able to actually remove the creep from them, if they're neutral, then maybe it would look more compelling.
Yeah, you could do that just by putting unbuildable tiles underneath them.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Obviously, that constrains your layout to some degree, but
yeah, unless you're like on Twilight, then you can just use the like broken tiles. Then you can just like place for
the crevices. You mean?
Yeah.
No, what I mean is if you wanted the Nidus Canal to be like not invulnerable and like so destructible and buildable underneath once you did it, then you wouldn't be able to do that if you wanted to remove the creep. But yeah.
Right.
All right, we good to go here?
Think so.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah. See if we can get a 2 on the board. I'm keeping track now.
That was nice.
Nope. It was terrible for me, at least.
Well, it was actually terrible. I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, I figured. That's why I thought it was funny. The worst split of all time.
Like, I built my drone first, and the egg caused all of my other drones to decollide,
Oh,
so I couldn't actually fucking do the micro trick on them.
Right. Well, I'm tossed, so I guess I'll go some weird fucking...
I haven't heard toss for a while, to be honest.
The economy of words. You gotta make sure you're keeping it real with the homies. I'll just use the 2 gases in my base to go some insane build.
Yeah, then you're just did.
Actually, rushing fucking, what do you call it? Star Sovereigns is really fucking powerful when you start with 2 gas.
It's definitely possible where it wasn't before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's powerful because it can be still like destroyed and it's very slow.
Oh yeah, it's certainly you can have some counterplay, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, maybe if you bundle it with an arbiter and you channel before recalling, then maybe it would be very powerful.
Yeah, okay.
But then try to actually miss the timing and you're fucked.
Right, we got a Zerg here. Ah, let's test your leash. Seems a little excessive. No, I just interrupted some guy building because I walked next to him. The shadow broke too, that's pretty good.
Oh, they are morphing an extractor there. Nice.
Where?
They're like excising. There.
Oh yeah, nice build. Nice base. They still haven't leashed, dude. You might want to fix this.
Yeah, because some of them... did you actually attack?
No.
Some of them just have the classic chase for some reason. I don't know.
Pretty stupid that I can't scout.
Engage the enemy.
Well, I scouted 3 players anyway.
You must construct additional pylons. You have not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Yeah, what I'm doing is really risky.
You have not enough minerals.
Oh, you too.
Have you heard any slurry?
Maybe for its cost, this Magister should probably be a bit more powerful.
Yeah, only being able to build Magisters is...
No, I think it's fine because it's a higher tier unit or structure, but the point is that it's 250 minerals.
Magister is the unit that allows you to, like...
Yeah.
Attack from farther away.
That's range or something?
Yeah. Let's see.
I wish it would stack, but I don't know. It would need to be lowered then.
It would actually paradoxically have less impact if it's stacked because it would be lowered, and then the units would just die. So it doesn't make sense.
I had a feeling this was going to happen again.
What happened?
Getting attacked first.
Ah, shit. I wish I could say I had units, but...
Hold on, I have a Demiurge coming. Oh, I guess it might take like 10 seconds.
Not enough minerals.
How you like my Orboth Omlia?
Oh, that's... I didn't know that's a unit. Looks interesting.
It's a downscaled graphic from another game that I barely modified.
Of course.
We definitely want to look into fixing the rallies for the non-Zerg units that are coming out of larva. I wonder what what could be causing that.
Let me take them.
Ah!
Was he last ordering?
No.
His 1 HP.
Good. It was very good luck.
He was about to last word.
And 1 more damage. We would have. Hey, lead him over here, will you?
Oh, I know very much.
Alright, well. I guess I can station these guys over there. Alright, I gotta expand. Have you guys got the middle, or I can leave a Solarian, I guess?
Your command. Affirmative. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
I should be able to help with defending now that I have some more units.
Yeah, I'll just try to cover you while you expand. No, there's
The warriors have engaged the enemy. Not enough minerals.
looks like I'm gonna need to spec into some other units.
I'm getting good.
There's a lot of ground over there.
Yeah, I lost my mucus.
Oh man, I got hard countered by zealots.
Do you know I'm coming?
All right.
Yeah, that's a little good.
You want to consolidate some of your forces a little bit further up in this middle area. I'll leave this Solaria in here because he's kind of getting sidestepped right now.
Oh,
Owned.
I'm slowing down.
That's just some intermittent network lag, I think.
I have a Gladius here. I don't know if someone would like could have the units here or something. Defend.
I'm preparing to riposte an attack. Who are you trying to defend? Who are you?
Gladius, I'm here.
I'll send the Solarian over. It's going to be a while, though. I only barely lived. And by live, barely I'm talking about... Oh shit, dude, this guy's got a lot of units in my base. Just barely. So was it barely?
It is a good thing to die. You have not enough minerals.
I don't know if my Solarian was even helpful, but... Somebody just made gods from flesh.
I think I might be dead.
Wait, what?
I keep
Oh,
trying.
you've lost all your fucking scribes, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he like couldn't defend himself, and I kept going
Yeah,
back
I
and
lost
forth
my
trying to
damage.
defend the main, and then I kept trying to go back and forth between defending him in the middle, but like it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I'm not an asset anymore. It's probably still worth it to hold this entrance.
Yeah, just to stop them from coming in.
Oh,
Yeah, because if they come, they
On my way.
will need to
Oh,
defend
well.
everything.
I didn't have
There's-
everything in the middle, so.
luck with that.
Yeah, my rotations are real slow. No, I got fucking picked off while I was trying to stall.
The AI seemed to perform a hell of a lot better on this map.
It's partially luck of the draw, probably.
Yeah,
In
it's because
terms
the
of the build
randomized
orders.
builds, and yeah, sometimes they get good ones, and sometimes they get not so good ones. Well, it's like if they try to all like do a more long-term high-tech build, and then we rush them, like, and they're all doing that, then it doesn't work so well.
Well, yeah, we also didn't have iQuare smashing out all of their fucking workers at the beginning of the game. So.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's true too.
I rolled the butt guild over.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, fuck! They're attacking me again!
Maybe I'm using damage wrong, but they don't feel as strong as I would imagine.
Well, it's because you have no fucking front line? Yeah, that would be why. It's almost like tech is not instantly the answer.
Oh,
You might
still
think
not
it's some
cool.
zealots or something.
Yeah, I
Engineers,
mean, that's
maybe.
the same problem I just had, where I didn't have any tier 1 units, and my Solarians just got overwhelmed by tier 1 units, actually. Funnily enough. They both had the same issue. At least when they actually finish building, I can instantly use them, that's nice.
Yeah, I didn't have to try and enter as tours.
Unfortunately, I've lost my... Oh, actually, I have kept the Nexus. What is that? Oh my god! How do they have so... I mean, I know how they have so many. It's because we haven't even seen their fucking base at the beginning of the game. So you know that they're just fucking...
They're just macroing like gods,
Yeah.
and they each have like 8 bases.
I have 3 Gladiuses. Maybe that's enough. Oh, come on!
Yeah, probably. At least you thin them out a lot.
There we go. How the fuck is this base still alive? Alright, that's the strat, I think.
Maybe I should have one for emphasis.
Yeah, the jury's still out on whether or not those are busted. Have you guys stabilized middle or no?
I have
I've
no
seen
idea
you
how
use
it's still alive.
I've seen you not only make them make the units die on Emperor's death, you also made it so the heal is like 5 times less.
Yeah, because I don't know if that's actually strong or not though, or proper. Oh, hello. Oh, there we go. I don't know what the fuck was going on there. My stewards just froze when the Archon died.
I wonder, that would probably be too destructive, but maybe if you hold shift you would also see what units are linked to a damage.
Oh yeah, I guess it could, instead of it being selection, it could be a shift thing. Because I was worried about it being
Do you think it should also be the thing for Nidus? I guess Nidus doesn't have any usage after it's morphed, so...
Yeah, it's not really the same thing. I think it's fine. I mean, it's kind of inconsistent, but... Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I hope these Gladiuses can carry me through. Holy fuck.
Is it an intended behavior for the AI to cast hallucination on my units to give me hallucinations?
It only... I think you just don't understand how hallucination works. It probably is that they walked into the hallucination field because they don't have danger perception.
I mean, I watched the High Templar walk up to my Hydralisk and cast hallucination on them.
Volatile, you should probably carry. You have an Archon in your mineral field.
Fuck.
That's kind of my fault, sorry. I was running away.
Oh, I didn't even know you're... well, it's kind of hard to keep track of everything.
Yeah, whatever.
It's over.
I just reposted... Okay, that fucking player, that Dark Coral Zerg, I literally just reposted a massive attack from him. He's already destroying you. Holy
What you did was clear his attack wave limit, dude.
fuck. It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time we play, we will have selection of someone, and CCMU soon.
You mean the next patch? I don't know if it'll be done in a week. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess we are still playing even if the patch isn't there.
I'd like to, yeah.
Instead of play like once every 6 months.
Well, it just wasn't stable before this, but yeah, it seems pretty good now. Dude, the fucking this Archon is attacking my scribes instead of my fucking Gladius. You piece of shit! How dare you have intelligent focus? Alright, I've... well, go ahead and expand again, Kian. Don't worry.
The one downside to building only Exemplar air units.
Yeah. Tell me about
Exemplar
it.
are pretty good.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. We'll get him on the comeback. We'll complete the comeback, don't worry.
Yeah, I don't think so. My entire base is gonna be done in about 30 seconds.
Oh, they ate all my fucking Gladiuses. Fuck! It's over. Ah! Augur! Can I kill the Augur? Yes! I killed it. It's over.
Oh yeah, there's an Augur destroying.
I like how you have the fucking Mutalisk as well. I guess James would be prime.
Yeah.
Proud.
Yeah, James was looking for Mutalisk swarms. He said he missed them. So. Well, I found him, unfortunately. Jesus.
Yeah. I can't believe those units actually like fucking smashed those. I mean, they just had numbers, but it's pretty funny.
That's the thing, is like the stewards can only focus on individual units. I had a misread of what was what was going to be my nemesis. Well, Kian, you're the last standing force. I'm out. I've been eaten. Even though it's a hopeless battle, it must be somewhat thrilling.
Yep. Kian is the last man standing.
Jesus Christ, they brought the fucking crowd. Holy fuck. Yeah, okay. Let's
Yeah, this is a screenshot.
Dude, I didn't even really get to see the Terran player. And who was the fourth player? Did they have a fourth player?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Pizza? Visual pizza.
Oh, I have one Exemplar just running away in the
You've got two exemplars, actually.
Oh yeah, there's another one.
Okay, so I guess we all leave and then Pro can use this all.
I can use it anyway. It'll just drop us. Oh, no. It says this command is reserved for single player usage only.
Yeah, the other players would need to leave.
Okay.
Go ahead. Let me open the stream.
The Terran guy seems to have decided not to... the reason why we didn't see much of him is he's actually still on one base. He somehow like just decided not to expand. But look at everything else, dude. This Zerg player is... Dude, he's got some idle Drolas, but it doesn't really matter because he's got a million bases. The Protoss player was scary too.
I'm surprised we didn't get CCMU. But I guess we didn't have too many units.
Yeah, well, the Terran player also...
Yeah. If he had gotten like 4 bases or whatever, then yeah, it probably would have CCMU'd.
Yeah, I wonder why he didn't.
Look, he's building more. He's not satisfied.
Did we see any Niduses?
Well,
One
the
thing
link
I've
is
noticed
correct for this case.
is
Ah,
that
shit, it's not correct. They're frauds. This one's
Oh.
linked to 2, so I don't know what's up with that. Iquart really
that's-
butchered that, whatever happened there. Is it possible that we just don't, like, maybe it's something in our new requirements, actually? Like, is it possible that we didn't do the basic check of if it has a link, don't let it make the, place the exit?
Oh, I can actually check. I
Yep.
think we had issues before though.
I don't know.
We should also fix, like, Guardians, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I was gonna tell you, there's actually a reason that Terran player didn't expand. It's because he has vultures and mines.
Yeah, Nidus cannot just checks for the tier.
And not the basic, does it have a building exit?
No.
Yeah, that might be something to add. I can fix both that and
Issue.
Clarions. Just give me a second.
I will do Nidus canal,
Oh,
and you
okay.
can do the
Sure.
thing.
I'll post some pizza meanwhile.
But yeah, what I was gonna say is I've noticed that you guys can hear me, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can.
So I've noticed that some Terran AI, they will have a tendency to place mines near base locations and then never expand there because there's a mine, and it's like, oh, the mine is too close to the base location, so I can't build anything. I can't take this base.
Maybe.
They don't care about mines for calculating bases. He
Well,
just
I've
didn't
never
have
seen them
money.
expand to.
Like he
Wait.
basically he always had requests for something else, and because he was also always on one base. It's probably like a very specific fuck with my build order where I didn't
Okay.
aggressively test it.
Because I've also noticed other Terran players that go like with lots of vultures and place mines everywhere. They just take no expansions. But it might just be a specific build that builds lots of vultures that has that problem.
Yeah, it could be a specific build that does that. If you can tell me, was it a consistent build every time, or was it like a?
No, I was just testing melee where there was just random builds.
Right. All right, boys, let's
So,
do another quick fix. You said I should do Clarions, Vic?
Yeah. So it looks like I need a. We didn't even have a case for something mutating from Nidus.
Yeah, I think it's because it's an order instead of create unit. But let me look at the button in Firegraft, and I'll tell you what it is. Because it might be that it's because obviously it's possible to place Niduses because I did it earlier in the first game that we played.
Yeah.
So place Nidus Canal exit. Has no exit. Place Nidus Canal exit. Yeah, it's a custom action and custom condition. So it probably is in. Well, I don't know if the condition is in it, but it probably is in that make Nidus exit thing. I don't think it even has anything to do with new requirements because it's not create unit in the same way. So it's not even calling the
Okay.
new requirement stuff. But it could be that I don't know. It could be some missing null, like an equivalent of a missing null check in that kind of function or something, wherever the conditional is. But I would imagine it's there because the button gets removed. So.
Yeah.
Unless they're just hiding the
Okay,
button because they didn't add AI support, which I could believe, but it seems really weird. I don't know why they would do that. Okay, so I was gonna do.
Oh, what I can just do is probably just add a check in ice for if it has one, and then don't try to place no more. I imagine Aqua did that already though.
You would imagine.
Yeah, if Nidus has Nidus exit continue, so yeah, that should work.
The Clarions are fine, by the way. It's just that it's tech hidden instead of tech locked on the doesn't have Strident Stratum. So I fixed that, but the button was that's the bug fix, but they were technically there.
Okay.
So I'll do fix Clarion icon, and I'll build that. I also think I'll change the. Well, I guess that doesn't really matter. I'll do that later. Was there anything else that we noticed was like fucked or even like a balance concern that people might have? I feel like maybe the Anthelia needs to be even more vulnerable, but I'm not sure.
What do you think about the current state of Demiurge?
Again, I think it's fine. It's actually very, very strong, but you just need to babysit it in a way. Not in a way where it's like pejorative. It's just you have to bodyguard it, right? It's like it's a very powerful. It's a unit where I really like the way that it ended up being, and this wasn't all foresight, but I did have a suspicion that something like this would happen, where the more units you tie to it, the more valuable it becomes for your opponent to reclaim their units by killing the Demiurge. So you actually becomes like almost the confines of a single battle, a lose condition if you lose the Demiurge, depending on how powerful it is. And obviously that's a very impactful way to do it. I feel like it expresses the power very well. And in the case where you had that game where you built Demiurges very quickly, the drawback of having this like high tier stuff is that you'll notice that generally speaking, the high tier options we went for and got destroyed by tier 1 options were like units that didn't handle crowds very well. Demiurge is slow, single target. Solarians have a bunch of stewards, but they only target a single target. You know what I mean? Like they'll get picked apart eventually, and that's what would happen with us.
Gladiuses instead of Exemplar.
I feel like the biggest problem I had was that I couldn't heal the units I claimed because they just instantly died after I claimed it. So,
well, that's because they were mostly using tier 1 units, which is a natural like soft counter to Demiurges anyway. So even if you were able to heal them, they wouldn't have had that much HP in the first place. Whereas if it was like a higher HP unit, then you would have been able to steal it and then preserve it a little bit longer.
So they either attacked me with like low tiers or high tiers from Protoss, which have shields.
Right. I was thinking that maybe shields should actually be calculated in that, but the problem there is that obviously you have some really bad edge cases with like Archons, for example, where like I feel like it is kind of dumb in that sense, but it just depends on, do we want to still have shields be conceptually distinct from HP in that sense? Because obviously in some cases we have like overheals from Lazarus Agent healing shields, as an example. We have a lot of healing that handles shields as an overflow, but we don't have a lot of like I guess on the other case for like damage behaviors or whatever, it doesn't necessarily take into account shields always in the same way, so they are functionally different. I just wanted to test because
I really like claimed a bunch of units. Like they just like instantly died though. So we have been then I tried to drop them on the tanks where they had like the entire army on the front, and I just dropped them on the tanks. There were like three tanks, and I couldn't even do anything. They just insta killed me. Somehow.
You're not really supposed to be using Demiurges by themselves, I think is what it comes down to.
Yeah, I know.
So, I don't know what's causing that. Oh. I think stewards might get a bugged when they have full shields, but return to but they were marked as damaged, and then they return because the shield heal. For one, Archon shield healing, by the way, is busted. It's only healing enemies instead of allies. So that needs to be fixed. But this bug seems to be that when stewards receive full shields, assuming they don't have HP damage, I guess, like if I do U HP 1. Instructions. No, I don't know. I'm not really sure what's going on there. But basically, like the steward doesn't dock in the Solarian because it's at full shields or something. I don't know why the fuck. That's some weird, like, lame Blizzard logic. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't know why there would be a check if like, you must have damaged shields or you cannot enter.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like, oh, don't look for don't look for stewards that are full HP or whatever for recalling them. But if they've already got the recall order, like the return to ship order, then I don't know why.
They should complete, not just get stuck.
Yeah. Is the Archon stuff not in Unit Destructor Special? It's Astral Aegis. I guess I'll have to search the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
I guess it might be in Weapon Damage Fatal or something.
Yeah.
Let's check that. Astral Aegis.
What's
yeah,
for
here
any
it is.
unit?
I found it. So it is for each if shield's enabled, unit ID, return. Oh yeah, it doesn't seem to care what kind of unit it is. Oh, okay. So the reason why, all right, never mind. It's done. It's not broken then. The reason why I thought it was busted is because it didn't seem to proc on my units, but my units didn't take shield damage. So that's why. I guess that's fine. I'll just change this out for a unit constant. And then
I'm not actually sure if doing a unit constant for one, like a variable that's used one instead.
We might be using it somewhere else, so.
Will we?
How much longer are you guys thinking about playing, by the way?
I'd probably play one more.
Why? What were you thinking, Kian?
Well, I was thinking about running to get some food real quick, but I can wait if it's going to be the last game.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we've been going for about an hour and a half now. By the time this one ends, it'll probably be about 2 hours, which most of which, or at least a significant portion of which, was spent talking about fucking nonsense. But that's okay. We still got some pretty good testing out of this. Did you have any opinions on some of the stuff you've seen so far? We could just start the same EXE, by the way. Wait, Veek, did you make changes to something? Yeah, I think you made changes to A's or something.
No.
Oh, okay. We'll just use
you only did changes for clients, but that's not meaningful, I don't think.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, no, because you were going to fix the Nidus thing if to add a check.
No, I don't know what's
Yeah, we could just do that later then. Sorry, Kian. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Well, it was pretty cool getting smashed from all directions by a million units.
Yeah, definitely.
Are we doing the FFA one or something else?
Nah, I don't think so. We'll do, because we have to do this best of 3 against fucking AI. So you got to see who's going to win. We can play on Balefal's latest map. Have you uploaded it on the Mega, the latest version of Sacred Grounds?
Yeah. It should be on the Mega.
Alright, I'll grab it.
What do you think of the changes that I did?
I have not fully looked at them yet, so...
Ah, okay.
I feel like I should probably also make a 4v4, like a new 4v4 one. Because we are kinda...
I don't really have too many.
It says it's... Oh. For some reason, it opened up the fucking save file dialog on my other monitor in the top left corner where I was never going to look. So that's pretty good. Thanks, Mega.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Alright, let's take a look at this. Did you enjoy not having to have fucking SPLRs and stuff? I guess for this map it doesn't really matter. But...
Oh yeah, no, I have been looking through my maps and god, it's so much easier. I don't have to have special like AI versions of maps.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I mean, I guess you still have to have like observer versions of maps. If you intend to play outside of UMS, but I guess there's not really a reason to play outside of UMS anymore.
Right. I don't know.
Seems fine. I guess if you didn't want fixed positions or something, yeah. It's definitely nice. Game is up. Yeah. EXE is the same. Plugins are the same.
Yeah, but you can have randomized positions in UMS now.
I guess if you just randomize start location for all forces, yeah. So even then, I suppose it's fine.
Yeah, now I can just have regular observer slots and just run the game without having to change anyone to a computer player, so then we won't have issues where I left one random fucking player computer.
I actually did update all of the maps, and I think yours were included in this list. When we made those changes, when Veek implemented them, I went through and updated everything to not use SPLRs and stuff. So I don't know if you've already done that in your maps, in which case it doesn't really matter, and I'll just... there's not really any reason to, but if you didn't, then I can send you the versions of those maps that have those changes made so that they don't have the computer players and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds helpful because, yeah, that shit was annoying dealing with, like, trying to set up the maps in a way that would be convenient.
We got Mage in the chat asking, how did I insert that hand emoji text into your ID and game name? The trick is... I know a guy, Darkened Fantasies. He does a bunch of UI art and 3D art and stuff. And he made a graphic of the wave emoji from Discord and put it into the text, into the font. And so here it is. There's also a U. I don't remember how to do that one, though. I don't remember. I'll remember later. Or I won't. Everybody ready to play one last game to figure out who's going to get to 3?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. The trick is we're all getting to 3 because we're all playing 3 games. But who's going to come out
With
top
3
of this
protons.
3? Yeah, that's true. And you know what? I played as one of each of the races because I'm now Terran, which probably
we had to
means
figure out how to fit an extra 3.
yeah, it probably means that we lose because I suck at Terran, but that's okay. I'll give it a good college try.
All right, man. You just gotta rush wraiths.
I guess I
don't
could do
remember.
that.
Did we actually remove infestation, like the classic infestation?
Well, the Oroboth Omnia replaces the infested command center, so I guess if we didn't, I should probably do that, because otherwise you'll just start creating random Zerg text structures in your fucking base.
It probably would close the game though.
I don't know, something would happen.
Nice pile on wireframe.
You like it? It actually is the pylon instead of the fucking... Oh, I guess the command center should be updated too. I just looked at it, and the fucking gate that it has is completely different than the actual, like, thing that lights up. It's a fucking giant hole.
I'm going Grievers.
Wow, what a fucking news flash. I never would have suspected. I quit.
Yeah, I didn't want Reavers this time. I mean, Hunters.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
it
was
wouldn't have
not-
worked if I had copy pasted it, Mage. You're right, because it was added to the font file itself, whereas obviously there's no normal emoji
Is
font file.
Starcraft actually using like TF files or just BMPs?
They have their own font, like dot font system or whatever, or FNT, I guess.
Okay, so I didn't know this map at all. I mean, I've seen this.
I don't
screenshot,
think
but-
anyone knows this map except me, so...
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it'd be nice if it could be
reflected
explored
vertically.
a bit. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what to do as far as Fog of War goes because it's inconsistent from between.
Yeah,
everyone.
well, it depends on who is making the map, basically. Like, I don't like revealing the map, so...
Yeah, I think not revealing it for scenarios is preferred. It's kind of confusing for me. Oh,
Probably
there's a
lose
second
this,
gas. That's nice.
Yeah.
I do wonder about the second gas thing, because I am finding it's exceedingly easy. On the one hand, I'm finding it exceedingly easy to one base into some tech. On the other hand, in that last map, it doesn't really seem like it was a massive concern, because I fucked up massively. And the second gas wouldn't have even helped me if I had done an actual build order that was competent. So I think it's probably fine. It's just an interesting little wrinkle of the design that we find ourselves in.
Yeah, I think it's good when we're doing these like large 4v4 maps.
Yeah.
I think if you were doing smaller scale, you might not want 2 gas in the main.
Right.
But with 4v4 maps, I think you want to be able to allow players to build higher tier units just because the scale is really high and you might need high tier units to actually counter like being attacked by 3 players at once.
Yeah, sure. And then it's also like just the strategies are different. You can guard somebody who's going a risky tech build or something.
Right. Whereas in a 1v1, it's just would be stupid unless your enemy is sleeping.
Yeah, or unless you've
I think
like
it should be
befooled
possible
them.
to exchange resources.
Nah. I like the nice division of labor that is there between players, and I feel like reducing how individual the something as core as resource harvesting would be a net negative.
Yeah, it would be everybody like everyone would like funnel resources to one guy. And
That's what happened in Warcraft 3 and Starcraft 2 team games. Basically they had this stupid gimmick rule where you were prohibited from sending resources in the early game because somebody could obviously just use it to rush, and obviously I'm not a fan of those kinds of like working backwards game rules, of course. Not gonna change something just because like it's OP in one context. I just not use it if it's that flawed. Hey, you can't wraith me, dude. I wraith you, actually. Fuck you. They seem overly focused on my...
Oh, because they're like, yeah, if I destroy that, you can't see my cloak.
Oh, I thought they were attacking my masons. I didn't even see that they were attacking my.
Yeah, no,
back
they're
over here,
focusing
you
on
piece of
just the comp set, which is like actually kind of stupid.
Well, it was an interesting idea.
I don't think it worked out for them.
Yeah, I don't know why the fuck they would treat the comp set as having threat. Maybe it's because like it was interpolating between cloak and they couldn't see me. That's my idea. I'll just drop a watchdog. If they're sending more, of course.
They actually would have been better off attacking your masons.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were doing. I was like, what the fuck? What are they doing?
They have Panoptises, I get screwed.
Why are you screwed?
They get Panoptises, I guess, maybe? I mean,
Oh, wait, because Panoptis is pretty good against Cantor's.
yeah, and they also focus very well.
Yeah.
Well, I have wraiths. I'm sure that'll be useful.
Heading out with some Auroras.
I'm getting
I went with
fucking
a classic
Ahmeded!
Strider build.
Kill that Ahmed!
The Zyker is allowed to actually make crocodiles.
Base is under attack.
Now I'm getting Mutilis.
Okay, I need Architect for
Alright. I'll follow the path that you guys are leading. Yeah, I feel like I'm watching an AI. What the fuck? What are your units doing? Who's Cyan? Which one of you?
That's me.
Just check.
I don't know why they all took different paths.
World may never know.
I guess this is one reason. Oh no, it is Cyan.
Yeah, I'm electric blue, which is probably a bit too close to Cyan.
Fuck.
You get owned? Or? Oh shit.
I like how my fucking Auroras just fall apart without doing any damage.
Alright, I got that fucker. Salamander down, homie. Let's get this guy's masons and go home. Oh, hey, look. Hey.
I remember you said in the first game it's impossible for AI to account for content.
Well, it's impossible for them to respond because they can't adapt, obviously.
Yeah, but they kinda did this. I mean, obviously it's random, but the Panopti worked very well, and then they just fucking massacred me with scribes. Actually, I couldn't fire enough. Like, it was just a slow.
Ah, they're biting.
I should probably follow Cyan, Bullet Hill.
I should probably get some fucking Valkyries. That's what I should do.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with the pathfinding on this map.
I think it's that middle area. It looks like it might be hell for the nodes.
Yeah.
Which is not really something you can easily control without making some significant revisions, unfortunately.
Yeah. Also, I'm getting a net attack in my base. It's kind of suckage.
I'm coming.
I'm constructing stupidity. I'm sure it will help.
Nice.
Fuck.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
in.
A bunch of robotics units just appeared from nowhere.
Where they at?
In the middle, towards their base, on the bridge.
Oh, okay.
Transmit coordinates. Coordinates received. Roger. Sector locked in. Running on.
Not enough minerals. Your forces are under attack.
Brutalitized.
Minerals.
Yeah, Valkyries just don't attack, by the way. No wonder we weren't seeing them kite properly.
Yeah, I was really confused why wouldn't they kite, since the current kiting method is pretty reliable in sense of like.
Yeah, at least getting an attack off.
Yeah.
Roger that. Orders received. Job finished. Orders, Captain. I can't build. Roger that.
Birds in the sky.
SCV good to go. Job finished. Orders, Captain.
Of course, you somehow walk past my fucking photon cannons.
Roger that.
Yeah, they always do. Somehow.
Melee AI actually does have danger pathing, but I think it's
Additional
very
support
unreliable.
really?
is required.
But at least for transports, yeah.
Would be nice to actually do this.
Yeah, it's a very complicated function from what I remember.
Orders, Captain. Job finished.
Most of it is probably like they managed to second it was just
Roger that.
dumb because he did.
Job. I read you. Roger that.
Go ahead, TACOM.
So I was thinking it would be really nice to get the AI to actually use transports to move static defense around.
I agree. That was actually something we had the idea for a long time ago, if you
Yeah,
remember.
it's like delivering.
Base is under attack.
When we first made the change that they allowed them to do that in the first place. Jesus, Anticathons, you got so much gas.
Orders, sir. In the air.
Probably try rogue gallery.
Birds in the sky.
Your forces are under attack.
See you later, Rimtech.
Stage had it had Cabalers, Vargas, Mind Tyrants, and Amphibians. And what is the
Base is
fifth?
under attack.
Oh.
Pariah.
Whenever I try to click the opposite side of my stargates, this probe just gets fucking trapped between structures.
Yeah, the workers do that sometimes. Fucking know why.
Oh fuck! He teleported to the wrong man, dude.
Your forces are under attack.
Running on.
Fucking Strigas.
Reporting for duty. Roger that.
Yeah, I would be totally fine money-wise if I just had enough to get by mage. I don't, it's not a requirement to
In peace.
win or whatever, to enjoy my time. I'm gonna try to make some progress over here. Because I feel like we are doing a bit of wheel spinning.
Your forces are under attack.
I'm gonna try to take out the middle.
Your
Yeah, I'm
forces
moving
are
on it
under
too.
attack.
Unmade. Conceivable.
Unfortunately, my wyverns appear to have
Shall.
become dumb. Oh shit. This AI is actually building watchdogs!
Conceivable. Yes, Commander. Have ourselves a little bio.
Oh, that was a bad idea. Oh shit, wait, is that... Okay, those are allied practices.
No, cannot create more you. Fuck.
Oh man. Oh, I killed an idol. That counts for a U. Dude, we hit it so early in this one compared to the last
Your
one.
forces are under attack.
It's because probably all of the AI actually expanded.
There's at least one Zerg, right? How many? Oh, there's only one
Your
Zerg.
forces are under
And we still hit CC. Fucking insane.
Wow.
Well, there's also a robotics. Probably got a trillion fucking.
I guess what I will do, I will go charlatans.
Oh yeah, to create even more U? Thanks.
Yeah. Then we will have the use instead of them.
complete. Your forces are
Okay, I'm moving.
I'm trying to take this mid-left area. I gotta build more shit. I'm hearing Zerg unload sounds, which is not very nice.
Your forces are under attack.
That's pretty good.
Your fucking voice acting is really good.
What happened?
Study for like charlatans and antiquitans.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Forces are under attack.
They're also a more unique concept, I guess. So.
Yeah, so obviously the voice acting also.
It's easy to be more unique, yeah. It's a situation.
Yeah, I guess I will go on.
A hostile Cantor! Oh fuck. No, don't disruption field me, you fuck! No! Oh, don't stasis field me, you fuck!
Your forces are under attack.
Dude, I just got annihilated. That was my whole everything. Well, I guess it's not over yet, but it's over.
Your forces are under
This is not looking too good for us, boys. We've been U'd, we've been C'd, we've been C'd again, and then we've been M'd. We got M'd, boys.
Your forces are under
Well, at least we took this middle base from them, but
Listen, speak for yourself. I haven't been able to take fucking anything yet. I've been able to lose gas
Your forces are under attack.
by trying to build a fucking structure that I can't build. That's pretty good.
oh yeah, that's like the most frustrating thing about CCMU. Is it just takes your fucking money when you try to build any structures. So you're just like,
That's
alright, well, I
probably
guess I won't
something
get
we
any
can
more
actually
production.
fix.
I would hope so. I don't know why the check is after this money has been spent and not before.
Yeah,
Your forces are
you would
under
think,
attack.
but you know, lard.
Oh, Lord. I thought they were going to attack me, but I guess they decided against me.
Okay, I got a lot of double snake. That's great. Oh, what the good thing about charlatans is that immediately after I take a unit, kill a unit, I take a unit. So.
What is this fucking... Are you T-Green, V?
I am T-Green, yeah.
Oh, you're actually making progress. I'm gonna try to keep the middle unlocked because they keep trying to
I have a
re-expand.
Clarion?
Set a course.
Oh, you controlled it, probably.
It's warp.
Frequencies open. Hailing frequencies open.
The AI just must have like max unit queues in all of their production structures.
Commander.
I also
I
have max
wouldn't be
unit queues in
surprised.
some production structures, so I can sympathize with the AI.
I am also like fucking production blocked.
I've stopped another expansion. I'm trying to keep the middle unlocked so that we can, like, hopefully Zeke is able to mount an offensive, but if and when that army falls, I feel like our hopes go with it, no?
Your forces are under attack.
Oh, I can at least build fucking workers now. That's nice.
Brutal. Fuck. That is not a battle I can win.
Alright, I've got some more support coming.
I hope you're near me. The verdict is about to be made, as I past me so kindly put it.
You seems like most of the expansions have only one base.
Yeah. It's only the middle ones that have the 2 gas.
Your forces are under
I'm
attack.
trying to take one, but
Sure.
it's not quite working.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of dying.
Where are your empresses at, homie? Just take
Yeah,
some.
they're
Base
coming.
is under attack.
If you get oh, never mind. I guess I can get there in time.
I should probably myself first. Oh, I have so many empresses. That's cool.
Insufficient Vespene gas. Your forces are under attack.
Receiving transmission.
How are you guys doing up there?
We're pushing them back.
Yeah, hit that
Somehow.
middle base if you can. Deny the gas, because that's going to be the most important. Are there bases to the side? I guess so, yeah. They probably
Yeah.
have some.
Good day, Commander.
I would
Oh,
guess
there's
they
a
probably
lot
would
of
probably have a
units right
handful on
there.
the left.
Jeez. Don't worry, guys.
I really like that we can compete with AI, and I mean that AI can compete with us.
Yeah, that's what you mean.
I guess, yeah, that otherwise would also be true.
I would really like if we could.
I just wish
with that.
CCMU didn't destroy me.
Right.
Yeah, now the Empress seems more like a Demiurge, where it has a very low HP flame.
It has a very low what?
A price is paid.
Oh! Is it? Not broken? It seems like it always claims a unit with 1 HP, so it's broken.
I don't know.
Base is under attack.
Not sure why it would be like that. I just take I removed the 5 times multiplier.
Yeah, I said it. So
I don't know why it would be broken.
Your forces are under attack.
Oh my god.
Base is under attack.
Aha! Eat that, homie!
Your forces are under attack.
Unfortunately, they're kissing me from multiple angles.
Base is under attack.
I feel like the profane units are probably cool.
Yeah, I think Empresses are the ones that are I'm least confident about in terms of whether or not
Yeah, I
they're
think
balanced.
yeah, I don't know what about Exopolice. I guess Exopolice is fine.
Yeah, it's
because-
fine. I think it works. It's, I delivered on the concept fairly well, I think. Of a sustaining, like, lifesteal, shield steal. For lack of a better term, hybrid.
Destroyer.
Primal.
Void.
Your forces are
I
under
can't build any watchdogs.
Not the void.
And another.
Well, I'll try my best to march in here, since you're making some sort of an assault. I guess Empresses should probably be shorter range and less tanky to encourage actual counterplay, because the raw stats of the unit are probably overtuned,
Your forces are under attack.
considering how much utility it provides.
Take it slow. Unmade. Another breath.
Yeah, I just healed for 10 HP after like doing so much healing. So I don't know.
Factor is off somehow.
Maybe it's just that I'm still dealing damage after the heal or something.
Your forces are under attack.
All directions. Healing frequencies open.
Your forces are under attack.
Make it happen.
What is Luminary doing?
Make it happen.
Slows air units.
Set a course. Engage.
He's a very specialist.
Well, it also has the blinding ability, but we're at the bullet limit for a lot of this. So. I'm trying to revive your units, but CCMU is stopping me. Oh,
Yeah, I just had an Aurora that freezed and I couldn't move.
don't know why that would happen.
Another.
All right, we made it.
Conceivable.
Let's finally break this base, dude.
Your forces are under attack.
I was able to snipe this top player's Nexus, so hopefully it'll cut him back for a second.
Oh, he doesn't have many resources there.
Dying, my Empresses, no!
Your forces are under
I lost my 2 expansions I claimed.
Price is paid.
Well, maybe it'll crash the game because of the AI. You never know. We might win by rage quit.
Your forces are under attack.
I can't believe we're still at can I mean, I can believe it.
Confronting.
Ridiculous.
Your forces are under attack.
Engage.
That Hierophant is broken.
No.
Your
The
forces
fuck?
What?
He is indestructible at 1 HP. What the
He was a hallucination, so it didn't give him to you. Not sure why though. It should be easy enough to fix that.
Is that a fucking crow?
You can't mind control hallucinations.
I guess. You'd probably usually dispel them, I guess. Like.
Yeah, there's probably just not code for it.
Your forces are under attack.
Can I build a turret yet?
Your forces are under attack.
Just imagine how dead we would be if the AI couldn't get CCMU'd.
It feels like they can't get CCMU, to be honest. Found a base. Alright, the trick is if I can amass enough Striga, I can just walk over that base, but I can't build more units because of CCMU. So.
I should be able to knock it out. Got 24 Panoptises about to head out.
Okay. Thankfully, I was able to build another scrapyard. Hopefully that continues. No. Well, that's half the puzzle. I just need a fucking Tinker's Tower afterwards. Tinkle Tower.
Hey, I think I'm finally gonna kill his base.
Dude, I can't believe that base is still alive. How is that possible? What's up, Collins Mats? Welcome. We've been fighting this battle for at least 10 minutes. Just to take that base from them. That's intense.
Yeah, I very much proved that to be incorrect. You can totally lock down the enemy, you just have to have infinite units. Now I think we just hold them at this bridge.
The Nexus I just claimed has the bug. The completed bug, and I can actually train units in it.
Yeah, so it's just bugged in some very weird way where it's specifically...
Yeah, it's like the egg problem, maybe? Yeah, and it actually can train units. Cool.
Alright, are we ready to cross this bridge? I guess we can link up on the right.
Your forces are
Well,
under attack.
by the grace of overpowered empresses, it seems we've won.
Yeah, I feel like the charlatans are the thing that actually...
Nah, that army got fucking chewed up eventually. And besides, they could have just used Sidestorm to dispel the hallucinations anyway.
Your forces are under
They're dumb and didn't have the composition. I mean, that's just one of the things they could have done.
I mean, I could have also won the images.
I actually am supply blocked. So I actually got to build fucking units finally.
Well, I'm going to break your guys' heart, but because of the bullet limit, I'm slowly splitting more Simulacra over and over again because I can't finish attacking with my Minotaur, so bye.
Your forces are under attack.
I'm getting stormed.
Yeah, what is this so funny? You can just tag every unit of their... Like, if you just tag the enemy unit once, you will claim it after it's dead.
Yeah, I guess it should be like a time to debuff or something, and it should have to be pretty quick, but that doesn't really matter because of sustained fire, so...
Yeah.
It only matters in the cases where you've...
Yeah, if you would also make the range lower and the survivability lower, then...
Yeah, sure.
And you could balance around the timer or something.
Your forces are
What's up, homie? Suddenly you're isolated. Bye!
Well, I lost all my Panopti, but I took out 3 bases for the Zerg.
Yes, and he's still attacking me. Fucking asshole.
Your
Piece
forces
of
are
shit.
under attack.
How could he?
Your forces are under attack.
I should have moved that guy closer. Hey, I got an anti-Cathan below you, Bailiff. Oh, yeah, I've got a couple next to you as well. So I guess we're clearing these guys. Yeah, we actually did win. I think maybe the problem with Empresses is that they're too general. I think even with the changes to stats, they would just end up being like probably just. It might even be a concept that needs to get scrapped, to be honest. Unless zombies have a timed life on them, like Rillarokors or something. That would be something I could get behind.
And then instead of losing them on the Empress there, they would just die after our timer.
Yeah. Dude, they retook this fucking base game.
Yeah, then zombification is actually more unique than it was before.
Yeah, because it just they become a. It's almost like what's that ability called? There's an ability from Warcraft 3 that has some behavior that's like that. It's like the ultimate for the Death Knight, Raise Dead.
Oh yeah, it makes like invulnerable.
Yeah, obviously in this case they wouldn't be invulnerable.
It's
Yeah.
very gross overlay over them. Like, it just
Yeah, they just tint the player,
Yeah,
the
they just
units
make 'em
red.
red. Yeah.
I got owned.
What the fuck is going
It's
on?
gonna be funny when my Empress die and
Hey, real quick, please look at this. This Panoptis is automatically attacking this Stargate, and I did not order it to do that.
I can't check unit AI because this command is for single player usage only for some
I
reason.
don't know why.
He's going back to it too.
Your forces are under
I think you
attack.
might just have to end him.
Yeah, it seems like he's somehow been initialized, like the AI link got corrupted or something, and that's the reason.
Your forces are under
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
my Empress is doing the same.
Hey, let it kill something and see what player it belongs to.
Oh, I also see one of my Dragoons has automatically started attacking another Dragoon of mine. Or my Dragon.
The AI is hacking, guys.
They're literally hacking our units, is what's happening.
Your forces are under attack.
I'm slowly dying to a swarm of mutalisks again. Fucking James. This is James's creation. But yeah, it would be pretty funny if you lost your Empress and then they just reclaim the whole base and start playing again.
Your forces are under attack.
I guess if we go that route with zombification, it has to only affect units, though.
What? I put hold position on that Panoptis and it stopped doing
Yeah,
it.
I don't know.
Like, it could still affect buildings, but if they're just gonna die in, like, 30 seconds, then you don't get any... I guess you get value out of the
You get
supply and the static defense, so...
And also, if you like control the wall, you might actually want it alive, I guess. I don't know.
Your forces are under attack.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh.
Oh,
I
somebody
clicked
died.
C,
Oh.
non-effect. I mean, I cancelled the disruption web and it crashed in Global's arrest on option unwrap.
Do you have any more information?
Here's a screenshot, and now I will take a look.
Alright, well, if you... We can't drop you, so we got owned.
What about now?
Oh, yeah, it worked.
Oh, I'm active.
See you later, Eichler. Off to Rust you go.
Yeah.
If you save these Anticathons, you'll get revived.
Your forces are
What
under
if all the Empresses would actually turn on you?
They should. Holy fuck. Hold on, I got crowd control.
Yeah, it would be really funny if like the players that just died would convert into all hostile AI.
Yeah, like FFA AI.
Yeah. Fuck, that would be great. They just get the mutes or something. Like,
Yeah.
Even have a lore explanation.
All crews report.
They have become part of the tetragram.
Yeah, because their will wasn't great and like
Your forces
they
are
just
under attack.
shot their
Holy fuck! Well, I lost my Anticathons. Bye! Bye!
nice fucking mutalist swarm by the way.
Yeah, that's just a general swarm, I think. A tier 1 swarm. When the AI actually starts spamming, like sometimes the AI will spam out those higher tier units, and it's really fucking scary when
I
they
wonder
do.
how many units did they actually have? Like in that one attack?
Yeah, it's probably at least 100.
Yeah,
because it was like 50 Hydras, so like forget about the area. Well, I think we're getting chewed up here again, Kian, and we didn't even get to kill a whole base.
I gotta retreat because I don't have enough gas to keep building these.
I do, but I don't have enough units in the unit array, and also my expansion deck.
It's gonna be great when we have CC mix soon. The only problem is we will need bigger maps, and that's something we cannot really afford.
I think 256 by 256 maps already feel a little bit big, given the current situation, so I'm fine.
Yeah, but if you have like unlimited selection.
Yeah, but the point is that we're already like dealing with maps that are too big for what we can do now. So if they end up being, we'll grow into them pretty naturally, I think, just by virtue of them being there.
Selection next time will just go like, it'll be like 20 times bigger at least. This is weird. Currently limited at 255, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Abandon all hope. The verdict has been made. Every shade.
Can't wait to remember to make Anticathons low flight instead of this fucking shit.
Yeah,
they
I
left
think
my
they should, like, retain their slow speed.
Yeah, low flight is the reason why the slow speed was even envisioned. It's not very reasonable if they have to collide with ground units.
Yeah.
Turks have a massive force over here, despite all the destruction.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, they're fucking legends. Not sure why these units are not considered isolated.
Yeah, you're probably too close. Yeah.
Fuck you! They tried to run amok inside Balefal's base, but they were unsuccessful.
I guess you can actually kill my units to 3 days.
I almost started doing that to Balefal's base. And I realized that's not deep.
It's probably more efficient if you would go with like a nuke. Also, there's a fuck tile.
Well,
Where's the fuck tile?
Yeah, I don't know. I will need to open the editor now.
Is it somewhere I was looking?
Alright, let's punch this Zerg in the head.
Above
What
the
I'm
next
trying to do.
Your forces are under attack.
below the room.
Ah, it's a little bit of jungle.
Yeah,
Above your base here on the.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I see.
It's not massive.
Tiny, tiny bit of jungle poking out through the ruins.
I like how you guys are double teaming that Zerg and he's still just fucking throwing units at you.
Oh yeah, he's.
Yeah, that's what I would imagine a final fight against Zerg. Like, it probably would be the starter, I guess. Like, and imagine, and now try to remember the final fucking like for this mission, and it was so lame.
Yeah, it's actually easier than some of the earlier.
Yeah, it's just the party. You don't even have to think.
Hey, you can't Lazarus, get out of here.
Oh shit, I was blocking some.
At first, 3 guys were like random.
They were what?
Like they were only able to target now. They can also target there.
Yeah, I think the range might need to be boosted a bit.
I think the issue is here just teleporting to the outer radius of the attack, so it will never be that great.
Well, we can increase the range of teleportation from 5 to something else.
Right.
I wanted to teleport up the cliff. But it didn't.
I think Stray is a really nice unit conceptually. Like, the teleport is really interesting.
Yeah, they just have a lot about them that's really neat. Like the fact that they have the whole sword stuff going on.
I don't know how I feel about the isolation, but I guess it's a cool kind of It makes you like think about your target selection and stuff.
Yeah.
I really like the teleport that actually like teleports at range, not that it's not like teleporting to the unit, but to like the certain range from the unit.
Owned. 12 kill streak got killed by Droleths. Noob.
They should probably run away from the unit.
Should probably what?
Droleths should probably run away from AoE unit instead of trying to attack them.
Yeah, maybe that should be the case for all workers. You know?
Yeah, I think pulling the workers for defending is pretty nice, but only in certain situations.
Only when they would actually be useful, yeah.
Yeah.
We've done it, boys. We conquered the AI. We're epic. Know my power.
Yeah, we actually won.
Hi.
And I think
Actually-
all of the AI we're playing.
I'm really surprised that we got this one, man.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of it is due to that Empress stuff.
Yeah, we
But
should
at least
do
it was productive in the sense that we managed to come up with a concept that would actually replace it and be pretty reasonable. So there's that. And it was, for whatever it was worth, it was pretty satisfying to see the fucking insane numbers of units that the AI was throwing in.
Do you think it will actually heal for full HP always, or would you revert the old value?
I guess what I can do is revert to the old value and it should be fine. Because then it's
Yeah.
still encouraging you to tag the same unit over and over again with a lot of stacks.
Yeah. Do you think we would have the timer on the stacks, or is that no longer a concern? Oh, also check that Nidus in this group.
What? I
There's a
can't check the Nidus because I have.
Oh yeah, you would need
I would need share vision.
scanner suite or something.
Cannot create more scanner suites.
Stay back.
Re-
Torment. It must be done. This way.
Don't be weird.
I like how he sometimes still misses, even though he's like, right there. I can't tell if it's sometimes
Oh,
dealing
this
double damage.
Protoss guy still has more fucking shit.
Yeah, it seems like sometimes it's hitting for twice.
Oh,
On the first attack. Like the first attack of a unit. Yeah, that's it. And then some other times it just fucking misses for some reason. Wait, where's the what? Oh, I see.
Protoss
Veek
guy
didn't
still has more
finish.
shit.
Veek crashed before he could finish killing these fucking guys.
Yeah. Well, I think they're basically dead. They just have some fucking.
yeah.
facilities
If
and
you
shit.
if you actually kill the Empresses, I think it will all just explode.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Well, it's not the stuff that's. Oh hi.
No, if it was
think
owned
there's
by you,
some
it
money.
wouldn't count.
The stuff that's
No,
linked
but
is
there's
yours,
like-
is neutral, so it's not even hostile. The point is that they have actual stuff that you didn't take yet.
No, I had everything there.
No, robotics facilities were not taken.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what we have to kill.
Easy, dude.
It was very satisfactory to see their entire base fucking blow from like at once. Like,
Hi guys,
that-
I'm
that-
Striga. I'm here to help. I found a pylon.
Oh, there was a building like Nexus or something over there.
It was owned by Veek, so. Nice land effect.
Oh, and it's stuck.
Yeah, that's what Veek was reporting earlier. We've seen this bug before where AI controlled Protoss buildings just they overflow somehow when they're in the middle of production, and it seems very weird.
The land effect crashed me, killed him.
Yeah, kill this land effect, dude. Fuck that guy up. It looks like it was maybe crashing because you took it as it was. You got it from somebody who was
Yeah,
also
no, I
getting it.
cancelled it and then I got an ice crash. Which
Yeah, but I think it might be because it was transferred. So maybe on transfer they should cancel their dweb or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crashing on get generic value. What? So I guess the don't know.
I wonder where the fuck the last production structure is.
Owned.
All directions. It must be done this way and that way.
Reporting for duty.
Like, use your command centers to build like 50 fucking scanner sweeps.
What am I doing? Who am I scanning? Don't see anything. Also, bold of you to assume I have command centers.
Oh, I'm sorry. Treasuries.
Yeah, I have a treasury. I pretty much stopped playing like 5 minutes ago, so. There's an excisant over here we didn't kill. If it's buildings instead of factories, that would be it.
I am en route.
Pretty sure it's factories, but
Maybe he also got a hatch rebuilt there or something.
Oh, imagine Empressing a nuclear site.
All crews reporting.
Alone.
What the fuck? Yeah, every shape a lie, including the fucking wall you made by accident, you fucking idiot.
Conceivable.
Oh, what if the Empress stacks would actually increase the time to life?
I guess that could be it.
maybe the trigger's just busted. But I'm pretty sure I've won on this map.
Maybe we have to kill the Empresses. Fuck them up.
Healing frequencies open.
There you go.
That's my idea. I don't have any other thoughts as to where they could be exactly. Unless it's like some fucking lost structure. Oh, bye.
Good day, Commander. Healing frequencies open.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb when you have to go hunt on a 256 map.
Yep. Or really a map of any size.
Yeah, but it's even worse.
Oh, like, yeah, it gets worse the larger the map becomes.
Sure.
Stay back.
Because, of course, there's more to hunt through.
Must be done.
Imagine having
there's
that,
one over here.
Let's put this.
Good
I
day,
can-
Commander.
Hang on. Okay. Now my Panoptis is going on its own to a new location instead of the Stargate.
Let's see where it's going. What
And
did it have
and mind you, it stopped doing this for a long time while I was using it to attack, and now it's just randomly doing it again.
Just seizures.
Maybe it's going to take us to the last structure.
Yeah, it's AI controlled, dude. It's revealing. It's like, you fucking idiot. You can't see this? I'll become a scout again for one last time. Just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, that was owned by him, so that shouldn't cause it. What the fuck?
Good day, Commander.
Something is still
All
owned
crews
here because there's a
make it happen.
single lost Empress.
Oh, yo, look, look, look.
Fuck you, me.
Whoa.
See ya.
He just committed suicide.
Yeah, dude.
No,
He was done.
no, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
No, no.
What did you guys do?
That's the AI link being corrupted, like I said.
Yeah, we have seen like Trolleps killing themselves.
Yeah, the Droleths killing themselves was causing the instability, so.
Yeah. Well, that's like a symptom that we fixed, but we still have some hidden cause.
Yeah, well, the root cause is fucking AI is just randomly activating even on player units somehow. So but the thing is, we went through and it found every single iteration of the AI doing stuff like that. We went through and we found like, all right, what are all the examples of AI, like unit AI being initialized in the first place, and we couldn't find anything that we didn't have hooked. So unless it's something else, like I don't know what else it would be, if it's even possible for it to be something else.
I guess maybe it's related to the Nidus links being corrupt. Like maybe it's the same cause.
I don't know. It could be, but the links for that.
You know what it
seem-
might be? It might just be like there's like some corrupt building that exists, but you can't actually find it.
Well, I guess if you guys hop out of the game, I can test Visual and see what I can find.
Okay.
And I'll see if I spot something stupid in some far corner of the map. I guess when a player has no factories, you could just share. Or if a force has no factories, you could share vision of them or something. But I guess you made it so that it was supposed to be.
Yeah, let me check the map real quick.
There's an Avaleth here, but that's
There- we
literally the
found
only
out
thing I got vision of. I
There
had
was
some
just no
witnesses.
victory trigger to begin with.
Yeah, there you go. I did find the last Empress, I think.
No, there's victory triggers right here. It's non-allied players command exactly 0 factories, and then masons, scribes, and drillers.
I realize how busy life can be.
Yeah, so something's fucked.
What is the
well,
matter?
maybe it's burrowed drillets somewhere actually.
Well, I would see that. This is funny. I would see I would see it considering I've shared vision. So.
Yeah, and I've won on this map before, and that's the
I
same
wonder.
trigger I use
Yeah,
on all the
I
other
wonder if
maps.
it's like an issue of if it's something completely unrelated. I don't know. That's weird.
Well, what I would think is it could be just some corrupt like worker or structure somewhere that's.
I don't think they would be invisible. I think they would just start killing themselves or whatever like that. But not this. That's intense. Well,
Well, what
hopefully
I
we
mean
can
is, like,
investigate
there
that
could be-
soon.
Like, or like a fucking structure with no sprite or something. Like, I don't know.
Go ahead and give us the W on that one. Pretty good shit. We won. GG 2-1 AI. They suck. I'll make them better later. And thanks, boys, for testing. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good though. Despite the goofiness, the stability was pretty good. Like we had that one very obscure crash that theoretically we can fix because we know what it is, which is better than every other crash that we've had where it's just taken like literally weeks, or in some case, I think in this case it was over a month just to figure out what the fuck it was. So that was great. Yeah, I'm feeling good about that. If you guys have any thoughts, obviously we're going to be revising Empresses pretty soon, but any thoughts on anybody else or any other unit or just in general, the Fraudarchy event and how it went?
I just think it's obviously time for the AI to get 33 resources per return.
Yeah.
I guess that's code for I should spend the next couple of weeks really optimizing them since we have everything else we would need.
I mean,
I guess it wouldn't hurt for them to not be gimped if they get a build that's like slightly underperforming. So we gotta figure out
I just
which
have to
ones-
unit test individual builds basically, which is harder because you can't debug it in the middle of runtime. Like I can't write a command that tells me the builds.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say if we could just find the builds that are performing really well and then base the other ones on those.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I think Zerg in particular, where they do have that tier 1 spam, it ends games in mid game, but if you get to the point where you actually have a decent amount of the appropriate high-tech responses, they just eventually will fall over, like what we saw there with that green guy. Whereas if he had been able to expand his tech off of the number of bases he had and production he had, he might have been able to 1 versus 3 us at that point just because of what he had. So that's a case
Yeah,
where
if he started building like super high tech shit and just fucking annihilated us.
it could have happened, yeah. So, but yeah, I think it definitely want to focus on the AI because that's obviously a major part of the experience. But at least with the revision to Empresses and I've got to obviously make the Anticathon low flight as well, which I'll do now. But with the revision to that stuff, basically the game state is not necessarily finalized, but it's much closer than it ever has been. And we'll add some more support units later, but that's not something I have to worry about. So I can really focus on, like, basically I think the infrastructure-based changes, specifically with Protoss not having tech requirements for structures anymore, the core elements that are going to change how the AI build orders are constructed themselves, I think most of those are done. Fingers fucking crossed that I don't have to I can invest so much time into it knowing I'm not going to overhaul something radically in the future that's going to massively change everything. So because that was a flaw with the older approach where I was designing the melee AI, but then I would remove upgrades or remove certain structures or completely change the tech progression or something. And then I would have to revise every single build order. Yeah, exactly. So I don't think we'll be doing that nearly as often. And if anything, there will just be some more additions where some new units make the field, and those are much easier to implement than completely overhauling everything. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about how that's been put together and coming together. But definitely wanted to get your guys' takes if anybody has any thoughts or any naysayers in the chat who want to say that maybe there's something they're not convinced by.
I think it's all feeling pretty good.
I'm not really convinced about the selection limit being here. So
yeah, of course. Yeah. What were you about to say, Bill?
I was gonna say I haven't really used the profane units very much, but they seem really interesting. The only thing I would say is charlatans are fucking frustrating to fight, but you know, not really
I think
much.
yeah, if charlatans are seen as a bit of a pain point, then what we can probably play around with is maybe reducing their range or something. Because what's really confusing to me, I think Zerg actually have a much better time using charlatans than Protoss, because you do invest into a specialized structure, but you don't invest in a specialized production because they're just coming out of larva. So you get the tech requirement, and then you start using them, and you can produce a lot of them, but they have diminishing returns when there's a lot of them because they don't have that much damage. So I think adjusting some of their vitals to bring their stats more in line, similar to what I was talking about with the Empress, where I was talking about reducing the range and stuff, and thus making the unit have to endanger itself a little bit more frequently. That stuff I think is fine. And I think when we're going into the thought process of like what is the charlatan a problematic unit? What could push it in a healthier direction? The thing to me is obviously compositionally is what sets it apart. Like what's the composition around it? And I think right now Protoss have a tougher time actually getting the charlatan out on the field to the point where they can be useful, because the charlatan does require not just the rogue gallery, but also the wayward lure, which is a tech structure for the profane side, which means they require 2 dedicated structures, including one of them being obviously production. So if you want a lot of them, you have to build more than just a few rogue galleries. Compared that to the Zerg tech path, where it's a lot easier. So I don't actually know. Maybe what I do is I actually will reduce the overall vitals of the charlatan, and then conceptually for Protoss move it down in tech so that it's just you can train it as soon as you get the rogue gallery. I'm not 100% sure, but I think
actually,
there's a couple of different things.
The only times I've really struggled fighting charlatans is when they are being built by Zerg. I don't think I've run into too much of an issue, but I don't know if like that's because the builds in Protoss just don't like build as many charlatans.
Yeah, right now they don't have like dedicated profane builds really, which is something I have to flesh out later on. Obviously, I was just waiting until writing a new build is exciting because obviously it's more recent in my mind. So if something goes wrong, I can fix it a lot easier, and it's like something new. So I try to like psychologically reward myself for like, oh, I've edited and improved 5 builds today, I can write 2 new ones. But you know, obviously it's just something I've got to force myself to sit down and do, basically. So but yeah, I think for the charlatan, like one of the things that I should keep track of is, like I was saying about compositions, what units work best with it, and what units might be like pushing it over the edge of being too theoretically, quote unquote, too powerful, whatever that means. So they only have 5 range. They do 10 impact damage. They do have a bounce attack, so it's not nothing. But the damage is much less of a focus. So I could drop the damage if it feels like that's the problem, but it doesn't feel like that's the case. I think it's more the disruption that they cause.
Yeah, it's just that they can very easily spiral out of control into like creating just hundreds of hallucinated units.
Yeah.
Which makes it like impossible to fucking do anything.
Hey, isn't that even working?
The passive is. I mean, the ability. I don't know about that. I actually haven't tested the passive. You made that, so.
Yeah, but Oral Assault isn't, right?
Oral Assault I got working. It's fine.
Oh yeah, it was related to the extended weapon.
Yeah, I gave it a non-extended weapon entry and it worked fine. So. Yeah, I think what I'll do for charlatans is just drop their survivability a tiny bit, and then we'll see where they are. Because I'll be fine erring on the side of caution in this case. And then if I feel like maybe the rogue gallery might just be too expensive, which might be crowding out the Protoss strategy. So I'll probably like play around with some of that stuff and see where we go, basically. And based on those changes, we'll find ways to see what exactly is the actual, like, what are the actual problem things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, but by the way, charlatan is actually a recolored Ecclesiast, so maybe you would have an idea how to actually like modify the model for it to make to like.
Yeah,
look good.
Balefall and I were talking about that when I first talked about the
Oh,
idea.
yeah.
He said that he was
Mhm.
just gonna work in like infestation and Zerg organics into it, basically.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna try to do.
Yeah, good luck doing that. I myself have no idea how to do it. So.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
it's a
currently-
lot of like organic tubing and stuff that like essentially
have
these like strands that like my vision for what the Zerg will eventually become in the new engine when I'm obviously like I have to make the hard cuts and decide what am I keeping from StarCraft in terms of like what am I carrying over and what am I completely rehashing. My visual idea for Zerg is going to be a lot more like I actually forget the guy who made Alien, who had like a whole art style named after him. The guy who designed the alien in Alien. I forget the artist's name, but
It's like Geiger or something.
yeah, Geiger-esque. So that kind of
Yeah.
Geiger style is more my speed, where it almost feels like it's almost like mechanical in it's organic machines basically. That would be
Right.
more the direction I would push them, and I'm sure there will still be some elements of like the old Zerg aesthetic here and there, but they'll be more like inspiration elements instead of it being the whole thing. And what you'll see is like a lot of the organic, like so you look at the Terran console or the Zerg console, it's literally just the Terran console but with Zerg stuff on it. If you combined them and integrated them a little bit more heavily, I would actually like that kind of art style to be the general art style for the new whatever the new ones would be called in the new engine. Because in my opinion, that sort of like it's almost like organics that are imitating machines, the functions of machines. I think that element of that's what I take away from Geiger's artwork anyway, and I think that element is really interesting because it's kind of like the subtle horror of a unstoppable evolutionary organic symbiosis that is trying to imitate machine functions and technological functions and is actually accomplishing those imitations, and the imitations are working. Like the ramifications of that kind of thing on a horror level, like a sci-fi horror level, are really compelling to me. So that's kind of what I would want to play around with in that sense, and what I would want to reinforce whenever you see some element of that. Like my idea for the biotic base is almost like this, this like dome where inside you can actually see some of the organic stuff, that organic machinery going on, and it's almost like a Terran condoned experiment or something like that. That's more my speed anyway. That's more what I was looking for. So we'll see where that goes. But for the Protoss side of things, I think it could be really interesting because the Protoss are obviously a lot different in terms of the way that their machines are put together, and their anything that's related to their armor and stuff is all different than Terrans for very demonstrably obvious ways. There are differences, and I think it's really interesting to explore that because if you imagine organic machinery and that imitation factor, like it's one thing to have Geiger and point to Geiger and say like, oh, his art was kind of like if they were imitating humanoid or human-like machinery. So it's like the machinery that humans make. But imagining them imitate the machinery of an alien civilization is even more interesting to me. It's like even another step removed and even more like unfathomable in that sense. So that's the kind of art direction I would go for, and I think a lot of it will just be organic tubing. And maybe the textures will be a little bit difficult to make, but I think the models themselves will actually be a lot easier for that, because the whole point is you're basically taking these artificial forms, and the models are already having these artificial elements to them because it's like armor and stuff, weapons. So you're finding ways to incorporate organic elements to it, and like I think it's actually very. I imagine, at least from a conceptual standpoint, it wouldn't be too difficult. I hope it wouldn't be too difficult for Balefall or anybody else to actually do the work themselves either. But that's
Right.
my general spiel on that, I guess. So yeah, epic.
Let's see. I wanted to ask if what people thought of the map.
Oh right, yeah,
that we just played.
the map. I think we didn't really get to a point where we were defending or reposting assaults very much because of like the weird way where we were trying to negate their expansions a lot. But I think overall it was pretty approachable. Psychologically I'm still getting used to building on ruins because that was a change I made like about a year ago, but I forgot. Like I just haven't played on a lot of jungle maps that make a lot of use of ruins. So for a while I was like, oh, I can't build there, like just subconsciously. Obviously you can.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't really bother making defenses myself. But it does seem like I like the fact that the frontline players on either team are like they're both in between their opponents and the backline players, but they're also like the ramp actually feeds out into a connected little courtyard that's for all of them. I like the shared feeling that I got from that. That was like a visceral thing that I felt like. I was like, oh yeah,
really
I'm in friendly territory.
The shape of the fortress.
Right. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty nice.
Yeah, and the players are actually fairly close together. I mean, there's a bit of distance from the left and the right side, but like vertically, you're very close to an allied player.
Yeah, so at least one player would be able to make a defensive posture or whatever after that. And then I think aside from that, like I did notice that when I was trying to take those middle bases, it was really difficult to hold for me because I was just getting attacked by air units from the like unpathable terrain that's directly above it.
Right. Yeah.
I don't really know what would be beneficial to do there, or if that's just fine and that's just the way it is. I think we just need to do some more testing on that. But maybe you already have some ideas. I don't know as to what.
Well,
would be
I mean, the middle bases are always going to be just harder to take because they're in the middle and therefore more exposed.
Yeah, I wonder if it's not already enough that they're in the middle. That I wonder if they additionally need to be even harder based on the fact that they're proximally like right next to a cliff that can be used with abused with air units and stuff. Because that's what was happening to me is units would just come straight down the middle of the map.
Maybe what I should do is make those middle bases on the high ground and just like make that whole area temple.
Yeah, I guess that could be interesting. I mean, the one problem with I guess what you could do in that area is play up the jungle aesthetic a bit more because you have ruins on the mains, and then if you have like jungle in the middle instead of as much dirt, it would probably set it apart. I would just worry about it feeling very one note if most of the map is made out of temple. But then again, we haven't had a map that tries to use temple as such a dominant element of the map design, so that would actually be pretty interesting to play around with. I think so. Maybe you'll stumble upon something really nice there.
Yeah, I think the middle definitely needs to be redesigned. It also just feels like it's copy and paste from other maps that I've done already. With the kind of middle 4 bases with the like kind of outpost X shape.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So you want to do something that sets your map apart a little bit more with the middle area. So, yeah, reworking that would probably be a solid plan. I don't know about the pathfinding issues that you and I experienced on that map, but hopefully it's something you can find just by inspecting it using the region tool.
Like sometimes I have like random maps that just happens where like units just can't pathfind on that map for some reason over long distances, and
it seems to be some intrinsic issue with the
I think I figured out what it might be. I think it's only my 256 by 256 maps have this issue.
That's what I mean. It might just be like an intrinsic issue with the longer pathfinding nodes or something.
Yeah, well, it just
you were able to fix it in Starlight Station by blocking off some of the paths that were problematic.
Well,
so I think it's just like more likely that you.
But I think it's not. That made it better, but it didn't completely solve the issue. Like, I will still have some random units that get stuck. It's just, or I just go to random parts of the map. And the thing is with Starlight Station, the issue that I solved wasn't that units would run into random positions. It's that they would try to take tiny paths that they couldn't fit through.
Right, yeah.
And so then they would get stuck. Here, I literally have like units where I would like try to have them attack move to the top left of the map. And then they would just run into my ally's main for some reason. I just get stuck there. And there's not even like a throughway through the allies' main, so there's no reason they should even go inside it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we did have that same issue in Starlight Station, and I don't recall that happening in the most recent versions, but maybe it's just that I don't remember.
Yeah, well, maybe we just need to test it more. I haven't played Starlight Station in a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what it is, but yeah, the pathfinding just gets very confused in certain situations, and then units they just run to random corners of the map and just stand there. And I'm just like, but I told you to go to the top left.
Right.
And it's like, well, I wanted to go to the mid right. Shut up.
For no reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
But the bottom right looked cool, guys.
We'll have to see how it evolves. I'm definitely grateful for another 8-player map anyway, because more the merrier in that sense.
And it's very aesthetically different too. So
yeah, there's a lot of tempo in that sense. So it's definitely different than like 8-player maps that we otherwise play. Yeah. Good Fraudarchy. The surprisingly few issues, actually. Glad we were able to also come up with some improvements to the concepts and some fixes to some balancing stuff. And yeah, this patch will be live later on today. So if you were watching us and thinking, I'd like to play that, well, you certainly can. So just wait a little bit longer and we'll get it out. And with that said, I'll see you guys, you frauds, later on. Bye.
Palm.
See ya.